I will give every soul safe conduct to Christian lands. Every soul. The women, the children, the old, and all your knights and soldiers, and your queen. No one will be harmed. I swear to God.
The Christians butchered every Muslim within the walls when they took this city.
I am not those men.
Tell my lord Salahudin that Jerusalem has come.
In terms of his patience, when his son Ismail died, and he received the news that his son Ismail died, he didn't tell anybody. He didn't express his grief to anybody. He didn't go to people and say, oh, my son's died, my son's died, my son's died. He didn't tell anyone, and he just contained his grief, within himself. And the only way that the people could see his sadness was, some tears that, came, that rolled down his face. But other than that, he didn't, that was the only way you could tell that he was hurt, or grieved by the death of his son. But from verbally, he didn't make any expression of his grief. And this is really these are really the characteristics of the real men. You see that, how their complaints and their sorrows, they're only to Allah, not to the creation. He was also, as a ruler, he was also very, very tolerant. And what used to happen is that as the ruler of the Muslims, the people, they would come to him, as the governor of the Muslims, the people, they would come to him with their complaints. And you can imagine that he is the ruler of the Muslims, and he's sitting down on his mat, and all these angry people, who are living in the country, the Muslims, they are coming to complain to him. So as the people, they are coming, some people, they're stepping on his clothes, some people, they're soiling, they're dirtying his carpet that he's sitting on. Some people, they're speaking to him rudely, because this is the ordinary people. He wasn't like living in his palace and saying, listen, if you want to speak to me, don't come to me directly, go to one of my ambassadors, and you make your complaint to him. No, you could come to him directly and make your complaint. So the people would come, and all types of people, some people being rude, some people don't know how to speak to him. And this type of behavior, you need a lot of patience for it. It's not easy. It is very difficult. If you are the Amir or the Khalifa, and people are coming to you and are accusing you of maybe some things that you haven't done. That, oh, you don't do this, you don't do that, you're being unjust, my family hasn't had this for this much time or that much time. And in the past, some of the Muslim rulers, you couldn't say that to them. If you dare say something like that to any one of them, even today, if you go to any of the rulers in the Muslim countries and just speak your mind, nobody's going to hear about you, very soon. That'll be the end of you. But he used to listen very, very patiently. He used to listen quietly. Even if they dirtied his clothes, whatever, he'd just listen, okay, what have you got to say? And he would, attend to everyone's affairs. Because he knew that as being the ruler of the Muslims, this is something that he will be answerable to Allah on the Day of Judgment. So he looked at it as a responsibility for which he is answerable, rather than, a high status with which he could look down upon the people.
Who are those men?
Muslims.
And they are allowed their press.
If they pay the tax. Subhana Rabbil Hadin. Praise be to God. It is proper to praise him.
Sounds like our press.